Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of BGAB Clothing. I am your hostess and your queen, Lil Foxy, aka Seven Wonder, CEO and founder of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I made a video for you all the other day, and unfortunately, it didn't have sound. So we're going to walk you down the process of being in the presence of BGAB and see what goes on behind the scenes, you all. As you can see today, I have on the eye candy from the eye candy collection. So all of you ladies out there, if you want to be a little sugar and spice and everything nice, just hit me up. But we're going to get into some printing today. All right, y'all. So we are going to be designing the Living Legend design by BGAB Clothing. Again, that's the Living Legend design. And so with that being said, we're going to measure out how much ink we need. This right here is the electric red, you all. We also have different reds to choose from, and I'm going to show you what those look like. So just a moment, because I put them away. All right, so what you're going to find right here, excuse the lighting on the camera, it's got to focus in for some reason. This right here is the, I believe this is the Sparkle or the Twinkle, one or the other, I can't remember. This is the metallic, okay, it's got a very metallic look. And this right here is either the Sparkle or the Twinkle, I can't remember, I think it's one or the other. But I'm going to go along with the electric. We also have, like, I think we might have a regular red and like a deep dark maroonish color, like a deep cherry color. But we're going to be placing this on a black hoodie, and this is going to be an entire set with the pants to match. So I think that electric red is going to go well against it. What I did was I put all of these ink colors up against this black to see which one I wanted to go with. And my personal opinion, I personally like this one the best. I think this is going to go well. So this is kind of, I think this was a little too shimmery. So you can see the contrast, the comparing and the contrast here. Okay, so this is what I decided to go with. Is this right here. We have plenty of it in stock, so we have enough to make our design. And we're going to go ahead, and I've done the measurements already. Since this is an extra large, okay, there is plenty of space and plenty of printing that we can do on here. So with that design, we can go anywhere between 10.5 up to 12 inches across. I think what I'm going to do is maybe around 11 to 11.5, and we're going to need a little bit over 5 inches vertically. So we're going to go down slightly below the measurement line. I'm going to show you the Cricut board so you can see what I'm talking about. This Cricut board does need to be clean, so just excuse that. But this has the inches and the measurements right here. So we're going to place our ink like such, which will be face down on the board. Okay, make sure it's covering up slightly over the lines here, because sometimes the Cricut machine will cut your design slightly above the line, and you don't want to mess up the design, because then you end up either messing up the ink and losing out on ink, or either you're gonna have to fix it. So it's going to be like this, and you're going to cut it in reverse. And then we'll slide it through the machine, let it do its cut. We're going to use this weeding tool right here that looks like a dentistry tool. And then we're going to just weed out the excess material, pull it, and then we're going to have our design, you all. Okay, so it's the same way that you saw me do it as last time. And I want to point something out for you all. Do you remember last time I burned my white hoodie? Well, you all, thanks to YouTube, I found this lady. Shout out to her, and I wish I could find her channel, because I would actually put her video down below. But she used hydrogen peroxide, you all. It gets burnt marks, okay, out of your scorched material. And look, I let this sit, and I don't even think you can tell, but it was burnt all up in here, all up in here. Horribly burnt. But now you see there are no more scorch marks, no longer anymore. It might be a very slight discoloration, a slight variation, but you can't even see it. And so if I took this and were to wash it, I think all of this would just fade right out. I don't even really think anybody could see it if you were to wear it just like, if I were to wear it just like this, they probably wouldn't even be able to tell y'all. But I think this design came out pretty nice. Okay, I have my quote on here, and the quote says, "Never let anyone think they could ever steal your magic." So the camera has a tendency to want to zoom in on my face, so it's kind of hard for you to see, but that's what that says. You all, I did mess up a little bit up here because I had to pull the ink off. I used the gold metallic ink. It overheated, so I want you all to learn from my mistakes. So that's why I'm making these videos. This only needs to be heated, metallic only needs to be heated at around, I want to say around 270 to 275. You want to make sure you're not letting the heat press sit on it for too long, because it's a very delicate ink to work with. So I actually pulled all of that back off, and I redid it. And when I redid it, you could see the design here. It's a little altered, okay? But other than that, everything else came out pretty well. Right here we have the BGAB clothing printed on the side of the sleeve. This is my new signature, you all. This is what I do. So hopefully you can see that. Sorry, there's something on the camera screen. So this is how this came out. And so I do have the pants to match. I will be hosting a vending event this coming weekend, December the 11th. And you all will see some behind the scenes footage there. I'm going to have a special guest with me. Shouts out to that wonderful spirit. And let's get into it. Oh, you all, let me also show you what I worked on my last video that I was making for you all. The sound again did not work, so I will have to probably be doing a voiceover, okay? But this is going out to a little king right here. Shout out to him. Okay, he has a whole jogging set. All right, and what we did for him is we put the BGAB clothing right here on the sleeve. So this whole entire set is going into this little king right here. Okay, shouts out to him. Okay, all right, y'all, so let me get to it. All right, and I'll be back with y'all in just a moment. Right, y'all, for some odd strange reason, my heat press machine, the button is stuck into the on position, so it will not shut off unless I unplug it. So with that being said, I took a piece of tape to stick over it to make it go to off. But I think for safety reasons, we want to unplug this machine whenever it's not in use, and probably is a good practice to do that, which is something I had not been doing, but I think moving forward that's something I'll do. This heat press I ordered off of Amazon. It is the Vivo brand, and I think this may be, I don't know if it's a Chinese brand or not, I'm not sure. I heard that it potentially could have been, so you just got to be careful. But you can get the little switch for it, and I think it's like $4.88 to be exact, plus tax and shipping or handling or whatever you have to pay. I talked to some guys that told me that it is very easy to switch out, so I might be showing you a video on that in the future. So what we're doing right now is we're letting the heat press heat up, and actually I think I have it set to like 320, which is pretty reasonable. Once it heats up to like 320, I'm going to put it into the off position, and then when I am ready to press, I'll just let it heat up a little bit more, and then I'll be ready to go ahead and press this on to the hoodie. So for now, we're going to go ahead and print this design. This is the electric metallic, this is the electric red. What I normally do is I take this. Now you can actually use the cutting, this thing right here. Okay, this is it's like a cutter. You can use this, and it does have like a measurement tool on here, a ruler and things of that such. But normally what I do is I randomly use that. People like to use it because you can get straight lines from it. I just go like this. After I look onto the screen and see how big the design is, then I look at this Cricut board, and then I put my ink on here and then measure it like that. So I can see that the 5 is right here. I'm going to go over that amount because it's going to be over 5 inches for what we need. So I might cut it at around 6 inches or a little below that. So actually I can turn it this way and start cutting. And y'all, I'm not too bad as far as cutting straight across. So let's go ahead. We should be okay. You just want to eye it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm using a pair of $1 kitchen shears. You don't need anything fancy. Okay? $1 kitchen shears. And so that's what we have here. Now I'm hoping that I didn't go too high on this cut. Let's see. I think we should be okay. But if you think you've gone too high, you see how it goes up like that? We're going to cut off the excess. What you can do is actually make your design a little smaller, so that way it's guaranteed that it will all fit when you trim your design. See, that's a little off, but it's not too bad. So I like to just take the tape and go back over it like that and store it away. And it actually comes wrapped around these things right here. So what you can always do, I got some ink in here. What you can always do is like take it off of here to save space and discard these. If you're into recycling, those are made of cardboard. You can actually recycle those. So this is just to save space. You all, I actually keep it on there because it kind of gives me a sense of what I have in stock. When I start getting low, I just take them and wrap them. You can put like rubber band or tape around this. So for this one right here, I might put some tape on it. Okay, and it's all done. And that gives you more storage space, y'all. All right, so now we are ready to print and cut our design. Hopefully you can see my screen from there, because I don't have a camera person to zoom in for me at the moment. All right, so this is going to go down to here. You all, I think we should be good. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to just leave it as it is. And for some reason, I had to hook this mouse up because my computer started acting funny. I don't know why. But luckily, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So, y'all.